Hello, everybody. This is Freddy Goat,
I'm Freddy.
and I'm Goat. Ma.
I like that you're adding sound effects.
Thank you. I practice in front of the mirror.
Lana, this one is for you. You wanted to see our faces in the videos. Thank you for requesting us. We even did our makeup.
You can't tell because we still look like haggard elders or beautiful, youthful ladies that are very dewy. Graciously, she has agreed to still be my friend, though we're just decades apart. So this is the beginning of Ami Camp session 3.
Woo! Yeah, it's 3 because the first session was the wonderful Barb.
Second session was Gus, the Rita Raccoon.
Major session. Good job, everybody. And one quick note. You still have time to grab the third place.
By the time you're watching this, we've certainly sent those prizes.
Because you reminded us that we have to...
And also by the time you're watching this, there is a chance that third place will have already happened. So, fact check before you assume you're winning third place. But finishing is its own reward, and we will honor you no matter whether you finish third or sometime after that.
And I'm in love seeing your creations.
And also, I don't know if you feel the same way, Tere, but I still have some, I would say, a little imposter syndrome.
Always.
So, anytime... And Gus has been, extra amazing for this. But, anytime somebody makes our patterns and it ends up, looking really good, I'm like, oh, yeah. We actually are doing this. And Gus has been phenomenal because the Gus's have been so pristine, so gorgeous, good colors, good craftsmanship, better than the actual original Gus. So I'm like, oh man, I feel great because I'm loving y'all's Gus's. Y'all are so amazing. And also great because I'm like, okay, cool. I haven't been faking it.
Now let's talk about Lermin.
Before we get to that, you want the creator lore. So the other lore is that Freddy Goat got a really big commission, and we're still not allowed to talk about it. Hopefully soon. And it was a multi-pattern project, and it ate up a lot of our energy and time, and it was grueling, but we did a lot of things design-wise that we hadn't really done a whole lot with before, and it was very inspirational from that perspective. We incorporated sort of, I don't know if construction ideas or or design aesthetics maybe, or a little bit of everything into those patterns that we hadn't really used a lot before. And for that reason, it was I think very inspiring for our whole design process. So that was great. And Lermin is the first pattern that we've written subsequent to that project. Is that right? Am I right about that? I think that's right. Yeah.
I'll let it be.
So
I allow it.
I think it is. And so he incorporates some of those things, more facial feature type stuff, a little bit more shaping in the body, just a little, some things, more accessorizing. So this is exciting, I think, because Lermin is in my head, sort of next gen Freddy Goat.
This is a new upcoming new construction designs that we're coming up with for you. So we hope you like it. We haven't had a settled style yet. We still play with different styles and different shapes. But this one we're
and kind of different shaping. You know, like
this is Freddy Goat 2025 collection.
that's a great way to say it, because I was just thinking, like you said, we hadn't settled into a specific style. I think, yeah, I agree. I think that Freddy Goat designs look like Freddy Goat designs, but they're not necessarily super cohesive in some ways. The interesting thing is it's like trying new things, right? Learning new stuff. Like, what's this new technique gonna do? How can I try incorporating different shapes to this? So, like, from a design perspective, changing is more fun. So I like the idea of having like this is our 2025 style that we're moving into, and it'll keep evolving or whatever. But
Next year we might have something totally different, but this is where inspiration took us to this year.
And what came out, so we're very excited to present it to you.
Okay, getting back to Lermin. As far as I know, little Lermin is not like a master of anything yet. So, what can you tell us about this little lizard?
yeah, I'd call him an apprentice wizard. But the thing is, Lermin has kind of this indomitable, positive outlook. So no matter how bad things go for his spell casting, he's like, cool, it's cool. Didn't do great that time. I'll get it next time. And that's one of the great things about him.
Nice. Okay, so on that note, why don't we go to the ingredients a little bit? What are our campers gonna need in this session? I believe that they are gonna need like a good enough amount of yarn in this session.
Yes. And Lermin has a ton of colors, and you do not have to use this many colors.
I count 9 colors.
That sounds... Or 10 maybe. There's one color or 2 colors that you're going to need a lot of. You're going to need a lot of your color A and a lot of your color B. Yeah.
The hat and the cloak.
Yeah.
You guys got a planner that I designed a while ago. Go crazy with the colors. You don't have to stick to those colors specifically, but they are there if you don't want to think about color palettes. And if you are struggling, we have the Ami Camp chat. Send us a DM and we can help you with color palettes.
That was a lot of fun last time.
Just so you know, if you ask me or get an answer directly from me, I'll be asking you to analyze the color wheel and ask you what kind of color palette you have in mind.
And if you get Freddy responding, I'll be like, that one's pretty.
The group will answer to your questions, but at the end of the day, it's about what you want.
Certainly. I think that was fun for me in the last Ami Camp session, having people be like, here's what I'm thinking. And the last session was a little bit more, because part of it was a raccoon, and I think people were concerned that it looked like a raccoon. It was like a little more constricted in what the colors could be. But Lermin, although we call him the Lizard Wizard, he's kind of, he could be a lizard, he could be a dinosaur, he could be a monster. So he's like, there's less of a box to put him in. So it's easier to go like, well, my Lermin's going to be purple.
Yeah, like Barney in the 90s.
Yes.
Like, he quit his job.
Now he's a wizard.
No, he's a wizard. Hey, what about the hook?
We're talking in the area of 2mm to 2.5mm hook. I used a 2.25mm, which isn't the easiest hook to find in the world, but I like it. So somewhere in there. But if you want to scale him up, you can totally do that. if you are looking for yarn suggestions, I think, have in there a suggestion for Yarn and Colors Must Have, which is a sport weight, and it comes in like a zillion colors. And I have many favorite yarns. This is one of them, and the reason I like Yarn and Colors a lot is it's 100% cotton, but also they're one of the sport weight yarns that I've seen that has the best array of like orangey, yellowy, and like sort of earth tones.
And I'm just gonna make a quick note. If you can, use our affiliate links.
Yeah, this is a total selfish marketing pitch on our part. If you use our affiliate links, you don't pay more, but we get a little kickback, which would be lovely. And also just a side note about Yarn and Colors, even if you don't want to use our affiliate link, just try it out if you are into Shackenmeyer Catania. I know I'm going to say it wrong again because I'll never remember how you say it right. The Sheep Cheese Katona, it's like Scoop Cheese or something, Katona, are both very comparable weight. And also they have really good color selections. And I love both of those yarns. This is very similar at a pretty affordable price. And like I said, their orange, yellow, and earth tone color selection is out of this world, in my opinion. Very, very nice. Okay, onward. So you're going to need a zillion colors in the yarn of your choice. Obviously a crochet hook, stuffing, tapestry needle. You're going to want some stitch markers, or if you prefer using scrap yarn, that's fine. I use scrap yarn. The staff, you're going to want like a lollipop stick. We use paper lollipop sticks that you can order from like a baking supply. The ones we have are 15 centimeters. You can get a different, yeah, like that. Or you can eat a lollipop, clean it well, and use that. Yeah, that would be nasty, but you know, you might be able to figure that out. Pardon me.
Ready for the staff.
And then the other thing that we used for the staff, which you do not have to use, but you can, is we used a 1.5 centimeter bead, and that's inside the staff. So it's like it holds the shape. And let me see if I have that. Oh, hang on one second. So this part has a bead in it. So you could put stuffing in there if you want, but the way this has such a nice spherical shape is because I put that bead in there. So if you can't find that, that's totally fine. Just add some stuffing in there, or, you know, something else that is roughly the right shape. And then I think that's all. Those are all the ingredients you're going to need. As always, gauge is important to the extent that you don't want your stuffing showing through. So if you do decide to use a sport weight yarn, like I said, probably you're going to want to be in the 2 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter hook size. For me, I need to be a little bit smaller. I need to be like 2 to 2.25 millimeters. So, or did I say that right? Yeah, I said that right. But you know, we all have different hands. If you go up to, like, for example, a worsted weight, I would say somewhere in the 3 millimeter to 3.5 millimeters, probably where you're going to want to be. I have no idea. Obviously, you're going to have to change the size of your paper lollipop stick and your bead if you want the same proportion for your staff. And not having made it at that size, you'll have to figure out what that's going to be. They do make like sort of like dowel cake pop sticks that might work well. I don't know how long those get, or some other kind of dowel type thing that might work for that. Would love to see it if you make a larger Lermin. So don't disregard it if that's where your heart goes. Okay, so in terms of techniques, there's no like crazy stitches for us. Most of the stuff are things you're familiar with.
Nothing is special that you can produce.
Yeah, I mean, bobbles and stuff like that, but there's nothing that I don't think that will be unfamiliar for most makers that are like intermediate level.
That was it for the intro. start collecting your materials so you can get ready for this very magical season, our favorite.
Best season, arguably. Arguably, we don't all have to agree.
You know, every season brings its own magic, but I think we all agree that the fall Halloween season is the best.
Sweater weather.
Okay, and one last thing.
By Saturday the 4th, we might be starting with the head.
Okay.
Remember, this is weekly, so every week I will be dropping up a new part.
And then, once all the pieces are out, there's still gonna be, because this is a quarterly crochet along, so don't feel stressed if you're not keeping up with the weekly schedule. It is a bit more of an involved pattern, so it will take a little bit of effort on your part. No big deal. You got it, and take as much time as you need. This cow spans the quarter, so that's October 1st through the end of December 2025, and we're around to answer your questions that whole time and provide any kind of support you need. I think you will enjoy Lermin. He is very cute when you're done. You have a couple of options on a couple parts of the pattern, so you get to make some a little bit personalized choices, which will be fun. And we can't wait to see what you make.
Yeah, okay. So prepare yourself for the next session. Good job, Converse.
Bye. Thank y'all. We really appreciate you.